Hey Laura, sorry I'm late.
Hello, welcome to my market kitchen. Today I've got a very special guest, Adam from Wine Selectors.
Great to see you again.
You too. Always a pleasure to have you.
Sorry, I was just collecting the latest Wine Selector subscription box.
How good's this guy? Handy as well.
Got some exciting things, I think.
Oh, I'm very excited.
What are you doing for us?
Well, I'm going to do something a little bit different today. I'm going to make a potato pizza. And so the base is potato, not the topping.
Right, okay, so this is new for me.
Yeah,
cool.
So something a little bit different. Think like a rusty potato gem kind of texture.
Now you're talking my language.
As the base, and then we're going to roast up some tomatoes, got some buffalo mozzarella, all my favourite ingredients.
Yeah, cool.
What have you got for me?
I've got a tasty little Barbera that I had a sneak
Yep.
peek in that subscription pack.
Nice.
Because again, I know that you love everything Italian, so I've gone an Italian variety grown in the central west part of New South Wales. And I've also got, to pour for us while you're preparing, is I've got a rosé.
Love it.
Adelaide Hills, again, Italian-y theme.
Yeah.
It's made from Nebbiolo.
Fantastic.
And I think you are going to absolutely love it. I will pour out this lovely Nebbiolo Rosé.
Sam Scott is one of my favourite winemakers in Adelaide Hills.
There you go.
You know the way to my heart,
There
Adam.
you go.
Now, while you're pouring some of the delicious rosé, I'm just going to put my tomatoes straight onto a roasting tray, and I'm just going to cover them with some olive oil and a bit of salt, and then bake them in the oven so they're super roasted and golden and delicious. And I might cut a few as well in half.
Okay.
Just because, you know.
So potato pizza, this is new to me. Is it something
and to
that...
me too.
Okay, cool. Experimentation.
Well, look, I've obviously tried it, so I know it works, but it's definitely one of those things, you know, you've got gluten-free friends, instead of having a cauliflower-based pizza, you could have a potato-based pizza.
Yeah.
It's just something different, and I feel like it's something the kids will also love.
I know a little bit about the fact that not every potato is the same.
Yeah.
For your recipe, is there any particular one, or is there any particular reason why you've gone with these ones?
Also for me, well, I'm gonna pop these into the oven. I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right, so the next step to this is the potatoes. So I'm gonna grate the potatoes, basically using the more coarse side.
Sure.
And then I'm gonna squeeze all the moisture out, mix it with some eggs, some spring onions, and then I'm gonna attempt to cook it in the fry pan. I say attempt because every time I've got to flip something, I just know it could fail.
True,
so this is, I've got one shot to nail this. So
I'm feeling lucky today.
grate the potatoes, make the mixture, and then start to cross all fingers and toes and bake this.
I've been lazy. I talked about Barbera, didn't I? But I haven't poured yet.
No, you haven't.
So,
You're still waiting, Adam.
Pick up my game. Pick up my game.
Off.
And it's a lighter, fresher style of Barbera, which I think will work perfectly with this.
All right, Adam, these potatoes are taking a lot longer than I assumed. We're gonna grate these off cam.
Perfect.
And then I can smile while I'm doing it, and we'll come back and talk all things households who enjoy rosé and red.
Gotcha.
All right, so potatoes grated. I'm going to go in with some eggs, so basically just creating like a batter.
Yes.
So 2 eggs, and then if you wouldn't mind, I'm going to put you to work just grating some cheese.
Well, I got out of the grating before compared to what you had to do.
So I'm going to put you to work now.
Yeah.
And then some salt as well. And then I'm going to turn my fry pan on. Now, just for extra safety precautions, I've gone the baking paper bottom.
Okay. What does that do? Stops it burning, or?
That, and also going to help me to flip this bad boy.
Oh, yes, of course.
When we get to that...
The nervous flip.
Nervous part. Now I'm going to go in with oil and also butter, because I just love butter. So a good amount of oil because we want it super crispy. Butter as well. I might go half the butter now, and then I'll put the other half on top, like when we flip it, just so we get, you know, all the butter. I reckon that's good.
Oh, good.
Look, we can always do more later.
Yeah.
I'll find an excuse for you to grate some more cheese.
About to say,
do a bit of work.
My brief was bring the wine and sit and watch. Now I have to grate.
Yeah, that's
involved.
the brief that you read.
The fine print.
All right, mix that up. All right, so potato batter. We're going to go, we'll call it a batter, I guess.
Yeah, let's do that. Let me get this out of your way
Straight
for
in,
you.
thank you.
See?
I feel like there's just no glamorous way of doing this, but basically we're just going to like pop it in and flatten it. So
A
as you...
rosti's kind of glamorous after being cooking, not before and during, isn't it?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Because now it just looks a bit, I don't know how you're going.
Yeah.
But once this all kind of comes together...
But any unfried potato doesn't look glamorous, right?
No,
Until you
exactly.
add the magical oil.
Oh, oil, butter, salt.
Oh, stop
All right,
it.
we're going to squish that down.
Yeah, so that's our pizza base.
That's our base, exactly.
Right, okay.
So you could go as thin or as thick as you like. Obviously, the thicker you go, it's going to be more of that like potato gem inside. Like we want it white crispy. So hopefully we've nailed this.
If you did cauliflower, it would be basically cooking cauliflower, mashing it, and then using it as a base, right?
Exactly. And then you just want to have like your binding ingredients. So you could add some flour in here, cheese, eggs, of course. And I'm going to put this quite high, this heat, just to make sure we get it super, super golden.
Okay.
And then we'll wait, we'll flip it, and then we'll finish it in the oven. And then we can check on our tomatoes and then put it all together.
Perfect. Nailed the
happy
flip.
with this.
Oh,
Look
and you've
how
nailed the
crispy
cooking
that
of it.
is. All right, I'm gonna gracefully slide this off.
You've been nothing but graceful this whole recipe, hey?
Are you joking? This is like giving me a bit of anxiety. You know what? I'm just gonna keep it on the paper. It's just gonna be cleaner and easier. Now I'm gonna pop the tomatoes on, some buffalo mozzarella and basil, and then you're gonna talk wines.
So some people like some varieties, some people like different styles of wine. What the Wine Selectors subscription options allow you to do is basically choose what varieties you would like to receive and how many of them.
Nice.
So we call it our custom cellar door release. So for your household, for instance, you may choose to receive half a dozen rosés, and then you might choose, say, a couple of Sharrads, a couple of Cabernet, and maybe, if you like fuller bodied reds, a couple of Malbecs. And what we do is then choose who we represent within those varieties. Could be Sam Scott with your rosé. If you choose Shiraz, it could come from the Barossa, and then that gets delivered to your doorstep.
I love it.
At whatever frequency you would like. That's the most important thing
It's just
to
too
remember.
easy, isn't it?
It is too easy.
Now I'm just going to tear some fresh buffalo mozzarella. You could put this back into the oven if you like, but for me it's the freshness of that buffalo mozzarella.
Absolutely.
Super creamy, and this is still so hot already that it's probably just going to
Kind of
start
to melt a little bit.
Exactly. I reckon a bit more mozzarella just to finish it off. Because you can never have enough cheese.
No, exactly.
And then of course some basil. So I'm just going to pick some gorgeous basil leaves.
Yeah, magic. I think it's worth saying, like, we've got a Italian-styled Rosato or rosé, so made with Nebbiolo, but I think any rosé, if it's made from Pinot Noir, Sangiovese, any red grape, I think would work wonderfully well with this.
100%.
It doesn't have to have this Italian theme to it.
Well, I think, Adam, we should bring this out onto the deck, enjoy the rosé, and maybe look at the next subscription.
Yeah, we could go on the website, wineselectors.com.au, have a sneak peek of what's coming up next.
Love it.
And look, if they're anything like this, then when we get together again and cook up a few of your recipes, it's set for a good time.
Love it.
Cheers.